Hello, ma'am. Welcome again to the session, and let's pay our gratitude to Pidama Brahmashri Patriji and Dr. GK sir. And we are working on breath work today with ma'am, how to, if I'm correct, how to breathe properly and what's the breath techniques. So
yeah.
Thank you.
So hi all. Another day with me. Okay. Yeah. So today's topic is rebirthing breathwork. So what are we understanding about when we say rebirthing? Rebirthing breathwork is we are through the breath, through the technique of how to breathe. We are going to learn in this technique, we learn how to breathe through our breath itself. Generally, when we talk about breath, we know that we are breathing in, the air is going in and coming out. Inhalation and exhalation. This is all we know. But actually, along with the air, there is a life force, which we call prana also. That is also going in and coming out. Right? And where is this prana going? Right? When we are breathing in and breathing out, what is happening? In our childhood itself, we learned we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. Right. In our early days of our schools only, we have learned that this is what happens in in-breath and out-breath. Right. So when we are breathing in and breathing out, it is that prana also which is going in and out. Right. Carbon dioxide, more of carbon dioxide is not good for the human body, but the carbon dioxide is very good for plants. Right. So everything is useful. Just because something is not useful for us, we cannot say, oh, it is useless. We are removing it. Too much of carbon dioxide in the body, what happens? All the side effects will start up. All the acidic issues or any kind of, ill health, everything begins up. That's the reason the breath also has, the technique itself is as such, you breathe in and you breathe out. You take in oxygen and you give out the carbon dioxide, which are used by the plants. And now when we are talking about rebirthing, right? Rebirthing is in this particular technique, you connect to a moment where you were in the womb of your mother, right? And some even connect to the birth memory where they're literally, coming out of the womb, their own delivery. So it is through the breath, when you are breathing in and out, we are actually birthing ourselves again. We are bringing out a new form of ourselves because we are energizing ourselves, we are cleansing ourselves, we are cleaning, healing also ourselves. We are doing all the things. That's the reason a new life is going to emerge out from the same zone, from our own body. That is why it is labeled as rebirthing breathwork, right? And as when we talk about breath, we know we arrive, we exist, we leave, everything is with the breath only, right? It is like breath has always been like a medium of communication between our inner world and external world, right? We know through the way we breathe, the other person might even we also get to know what actually we are feeling inside. When you are scared, how do you breathe? The breath is different. When you are very calm and peaceful, the breath is different. When you are angry, the breath is different. When you are you want to run away from a particular place, then also the breath is different, right? So the breath is actually the language of what you are holding inside, right? You can literally say it's a language of soul. Okay, soul is the purpose which we hold inside for every action, right? That holds. And breath, while doing the breath work, I think I've been doing this breath work since last 25 years now. Every day it gives me a new insight, new understanding. Whatever I need to know, all the information comes. Sometimes it's like, I know I'm going to meet this person now, and this is what something is going to happen, right? So you get to connect to a person's spirit, right? Because of the third eye activation at the same time. And it is like you create your own reality here. You are sure. Of course, we are anyhow creating our own reality, but somewhere we are not sure. Somewhere consciously we are not aware of it. But in this technique, while you practice this technique, you know consciously that you can create your own reality. Okay. And you have been doing this all these years. That also we are very much sure of. Okay, it is like we come with a blueprint. We come because when we are born, before we are, the matter, the body or flesh and everything has been made, we have been the spark of light. And what is that light was completely, the light was all of, it was made up of only the consciousness, that is the intelligence of the creation, right? So intelligence of the creation was there in that spark of light, and that is there everywhere. That's the reason so much of creation is happening in our own lives. The body has been created, the thoughts have been created, the perceptions has been created, situations has been created, everything has been there. And breath work is like, it is not restricted only for the spiritual practitioners. Anybody can do this. Okay, when you breathe effortlessly, that's when you know how effortlessly your life is actually going on. And whenever we are breathing, there are many types of breathing what we follow. One is in pranayama, we know anulom vilom is alternative breathing, where thumb and the ring finger we exhale, we inhale and then we exhale. From whichever nostril we are exhaling, from the same nostril we are inhaling, and from the other one we are exhaling, right? This is anulom vilom, like alternative breathing. And we know kapalbhati, anulom viloma is like, it is, why are we doing the technique? Because this breath technique is actually balancing the ida nadi and pingla nadi, both the nadis, right? Because ida in the left side and pingla in the right side. So ida is dealing with the mind and pingla is dealing with the action. So both should be at a balanced way. That's the reason this technique is being taught, right? And next, coming to kapalbhati. Kapalbhati, when we are saying, it is like energy burst exercise, like you are bursting from your stomach. This is how we are doing it. So when we are doing this kapalbhati, our circulatory system, digestive system, and excretory system, and the reproductive system, like from anahata to mooladhara, all the chakras are functioning in a well balanced way. This one technique is taking care of these 4 chakras, balancing the 4 chakras, right? And when we talk about ujjayi breathing and brahmari breathing, ujjayi breathing is like brahmari also we already done. Closing your, through the thumbs, you close your ears and eyes and lips. You're not closing the nose here. Okay, we did this inner voice technique. We closed everything. Our ears, nose, lips, eyes, everything we closed. Here, you are only closing the rest of the part, only the nose, you are keeping it out. So when you are breathing in and out, from nowhere else, the air is coming in or out, right? Ears are also closed, eyes are also closed, and even the lips are also closed. It is only the nose part which is coming in, right? And even when we close our ears and listen to the breath, we can listen, we can see, we can listen to that sound of our breath. Okay, how it is going. So this is called brahmari. This is called brahmari technique. And when we talk about ujjayi technique is like, you have to keep the back neck part little stiff, and you're making the spine straight, little stiff here in the neck. You are forcefully breathing in and breathing out. Okay, it clears the brain. All the activity of the brain is activated, right? That is why ujjayi is made. And now for cooling your body in summer season, it's a wonderful technique. You have in sitali, you are like folding the tongue this way and breathing. Okay, you're just folding the tongue part, and through the tongue only you're breathing in and you're breathing out, right? And that is sitali. Okay, shitali they say, sitali also you can say. And sitkari is where you are breathing through your closed teeth. It's like hissing breathing. Okay, all these techniques actually, it cleans, it keeps your body, mind and spirit healed in a very balanced way. That is why this pranayama techniques, all the breathing techniques had come. And Kriya Yoga breathing, we know it is like Sudarshan Kriya, we do it. Sudarshan Kriya is how many counts you can breathe. Okay. And unlimited. Okay. It's like you are not doing anything. You are just breathing in and out, so that as you are, increasing the count, the more you are able to breathe, and your entire body system, whether it is our digestive, circular, respiratory, nervous system, everything is getting activated, right? And now there are shamanic breathing. Shamanic breathing is the technique of shamanic breathing is very simple, but the shamanic breathing is when you breathe, you actually go into a journey, right? You hold this tight and then release, and you make a sound when you exhale. This way, right? When you do this, is one of the technique. But shamanic techniques are like when you connect to the drum beat and to any music, and you are any sound, whether it is a drum sound or your own sound or any sound, you are connecting to the sound, and you are following, you are allowing the breath to follow that sound, right? Shamanic breathing is always like that. And most of the time in shamanic breathing, you recapitulate all of your past, entire of your past, whatever it could be. Sometimes we feel that we have connected to some of our past life or anything, but actually it is not directly the past life what we are connecting to. We are connecting to our own ideology about life. How deep it is, that much as past we see. If, say, suppose in one of my experiences, I have seen myself as a queen of some kingdom. Okay. And what kingdom is that? No clue. I never even ventured it about. Okay. So as a queen, so I'm seeing my dressing is different, everything is different. And now when I'm walking, and I'm walking inside the temple, and what am I doing inside the temple? When I've been asked so many questions, I said I'm inside the temple and I'm teaching. Okay. What am I teaching? I'm teaching about mudras, I'm teaching about mantras and all these things. So this is like, that is the time when I hardly knew anything about chakras, or hardly anything about mudras, and even any technique about whatever we learn on spiritual practices, right? The energy practices, whatever we'll learn. So it is not that I got connected to any of my past life. It is only that the perception I have about myself so strongly in such a way that I had seen as some very ancient figure. See, queen is not today's generation. It is very ancient generation. So deep inside, the perception about me was such. Right. So everyone, whoever, when I shared all this, because I had no clue what I have seen and all, I was sharing, then everyone said, oh, you connected to your past life. You have been some queen and all. But then I felt, okay, if I'm queen, then why am I living like this? I should be even much more, the same legacy should be following somewhere. What is wrong? Then later on, out of my experiences, I realized it is not that I'm really, I was a queen somewhere in some kingdom, but that is how I perceive myself. My deep inside, that is the core belief I have about my own self. So now how do I take it to the present society and present situation is what the life is going to open up. Right. So you need to understand and decode very perfectly. The more deeper as ancient personality you're seeing yourself, that means it is not connecting to any past life or anything, but you are connecting to your deepest belief about your own self or anything, whatever you are seeing. Okay. That is all about it. And Sudarshan Kriya, we know when we talk about Kriya Yoga, we know about Sudarshan Kriya. And Vivation breathing, holotropic breathing, and Anapanasati, rebirthing breath work, all these are breath techniques. They have different types, right? Even Vivation breathing and holotropic breathing as just you are breathing in and breathing out. You are connecting to the breath directly and allowing the breath to, in all these techniques, any breath technique, you are only connecting to the breath and you are allowing the breath to do the further whatever openings you need for your life, right? And in rebirthing breath work, we are actually becoming very conscious. Of course, in other techniques also we are being conscious, but here you are, it is called, it is rebirthing breathwork is also called as intuitive breathing, where your mind starts working here. In rest of the breathworks, your mind is not actually working. You are simply breathing, and whatever has to happen, that is happening through the breath. But here you are becoming more intellectual. There are more insights about you which are opening up. So it is like you are opening the wisdom, what do you call, wisdom layer in yourself. Okay, everyone, we all are carrying abundant of wisdom inside us. We might not know. Okay, you are attracting a particular kind of knowledge. That means you already hold this wisdom inside you. You just need some knocks. That's all. Okay, so we all have all that. So whenever we are connecting through the breath, when we are breathing in and breathing out, there's a particular technique. I'll show you how to do that. When you're doing that, breathe in and breathe out, you are intuitively going deep and deep and connecting to all kind of issues of your life. There is a healing process with this breath work that happens. Okay, healing process is, sometimes we might be, when we talk about anatomy of breath, we know about anatomy of spirit. We have already talked about Ida Nadi, Pingla Nadi, Shushumna Nadi, and all the chakras and all these things. This is anatomy of spirit. Now when we are talking about anatomy of breath, how the breath is happening, diaphragmatic, the majority of people breathe in this way, right? It is like the breath is drawn in and the abdominal region swells. Like when you're breathing in and out, your abdominal region is going up and down. Most of the time, even if you check yourself, if you sit straight and check yourself, you will see sometimes your abdominal, your stomach is raising up and down. Right? This is the kind of breath. This is a rhythmic breath, but the base of the lungs are filled with air in this system. Right? It is not that bad kind of breathing, but it is not that healthy kind of breathing also. Okay, but at the same time it is not that very bad. And now it is intercostal breathing, is you are raising the ribs. Okay, raising the ribs and coming in. It is like involving, it is a kind of these people, the athletic people, they respond in this way because they run fast. They're all the anxiety, or you're nervous about anything, when your body is too tired because of too much of work, maybe climbing steps and all these things, you tend to breathe this way. But this is not the very healthy breathing, because in this, what is happening, the lungs are not being very satisfactorily, the ventilation is happening, there's a hyperventilation is happening to the lungs, and it is not that very good for this. And when you call it clavicular breathing, it is like you are raising this collarbone. Sometimes we feel stressed because of whatever things going on in life, or you went to a market, you had to do a lot of shopping, you're tired or something, you come here and you say, let me breathe, you feel. So this raising the collarbone and shoulders, in this way only the upper part of lungs are receiving the fresh air, and the other parts of your body is not receiving any kind of fresh air. Right? It is only this way. So even this is incomplete breathing. Okay. Now, when it comes to complete breathing, now what is complete breathing? We have understood this is incomplete, this is incomplete, this is incomplete. Okay. Clavicular, or we say intercostal, or we say diaphragmatic, all these are incomplete. Now, what is complete breathing? Complete breathing is, it is all the above three at one single rhythmic movement. Okay. When you are saying, it is also called as yogic breathing, where your entire body is breathing. From the stomach, raising from the nose, as you are exhaling, you are inhaling from the stomach, it is rising up, and as you are exhaling till the stomach, again you are going back, you are settling down. Okay. And there are so many things, like, when you are feeling, if there is any headache or you're feeling anxious about anything, you're feeling nervous about, scared of anything, there is a lot of stress happening in your life, you can simply do is breathe in normally, however you breathe, and let the exhalation be longer as much as you can. If you are breathing in with 4 counts, breathe out with 8 counts, like, okay, breathing in for 4 counts, you are doubling it out. When we are breathing it out, you are doubling it out. So any average person, scientifically, if you look at physiology part of breath, when you look at 20,000 times a day, any normal person, okay, it varies, of course. When a person is running all the time, then again it will extend more, but average is any person will breathe 20,000 times. And there is 100 square meters of our lung surface is exposed to actually 8,000 liters of air in our breath. We don't even have the idea. And 18 liters of our blood is passing through the same lungs. And all this is happening in the way we breathe in. Everything is going in a very systematic way, just because the way we are breathing in. The average rate of breathing is generally 12 to 14 times, but it can exceed till 18 times also. Doesn't matter, per minute, what we call. Okay. And breathing rate changes. Breathing rate, it's for the average person normally how it does, but based on our, the kind of work what we do, we are running, or our morning times, what happens is we keep running, so we can't stick to the 12 to 14 or 18 times a minute. Okay. And most of the time is we are worried about few things in our life, where our body has to remove all the toxins from it. Okay. Body has this intelligence and the system inside, right? But it is only 3% which is expelled through the defecation. Okay. We are so much worried. Morning, if we are not connecting to, you're not going to bathroom, then whole day we think, oh my God, today my stomach is not yet clear, I don't know what I'm going to do. But we are actually, what is that which is happening? We are actually clearing only 3% of wastage, right? And 7% is through the urination. We are very much worried about these two things only. So only the 10%, 3% from there, 7% from here. It's only the 10% which actually we are cleaning ourselves with these two things. 20% is through our perspiration. 20% of the cleansing is happening. So 20% and 3% and 7%. So 30% is taken care of in our day-to-day life. It is taken care of. We are more worried about that only. We should be actually least worried about that, but that is also more important. This is what is happening. But what is happening to the rest of the 70%? 70% of the emotional cleansing system, emotional, whatever cleansing in the entire, physically or emotionally, mentally, spiritually also, this 70% is cleansed by breath. That is the importance of breath. Whenever we, learn about any or ancient sadhus or, rishis or masters or anybody, end of the day, they take back to the breath only. Breath is that ultimate power. As long as you are breathing, you know you are alive, right? There is a purpose of why you are here, right? And the purpose is on as long as you are breathing, and this breath has the ability to do all the cleansing work, 70% of the cleansing work from our physicality, psychology, and also the spirituality, right? The two aspects is, one is physical, that relates to quantity, quality, composition, etc., and all these things of water, of air, what we breathe in and all. And the subtle aspect is like the level of energy we take in when we breathe. It's a subtle way. Along with the flow of breath, we are actually receiving the life-giving principle also, right? That's the reason there are so many ways. In Japan, they say it ki, and in China they say chi, and in India we call it as prana, right? The life force energy. Through the breath, whatever, though the physicality is all there, everything is there, but actually what is happening in the subtle way, we are actually exchanging the life force in and out. Carbon dioxide is useful for the outer environment, and oxygen is useful for the inner environment. So we are exchanging life with each other. Whenever we are breathing in and breathing out, we are exchanging life. We are strongly connected to that life force only. Right? It is only through the breath. And in addition to that, there are so many things. It is like a vital link between your body, mind, emotions, and the soul. Okay, all the three layers. And this breath has the capacity to even heal your frozen issues. Maybe there are many things, many incomplete issues of life where, or traumas, anything which you never wanted to look into it. There are some things in our life we think that, oh my God, that's a most tragic thing which happened in my life. I don't even want to look at it. Okay, where are all these things going? If we don't work on that, where are all these things going? They are becoming frozen somewhere deep inside our subconscious mind. They are becoming frozen, and because of this frozen things in our body, we are not able to allow the energy particles of our emotions to work freely, flow freely. Okay, they also tell us, it is like, if the emotions are like the expressions, if we are not able to deal with it, they are blocking our life journey also in some way or the other. And breath has that capacity to even clean this kind of fears or frozen things, whatever fear we have, and even the buried traumatic memories, whether it is a fear or any traumatic memory or anything deep inside your cellular memory, maybe deep inside in cell, in any some part of your body, some cell is holding a small amount of a memory, which is actually the result of some big event, trauma happened in your life. Maybe in childhood we might have not understood about it. Oh, that's a small one. After growing up we feel, oh, that's a very silly thing, we don't have to feel about it. We might be feeling, but that memory has become a seed, is also very small, but when it grows huge. Right? So that seed is there, that seed that is buried somewhere, that trauma is buried somewhere. So that is also being cleared. We'll not even know. Well, when you are doing this breath work, actually, suddenly you will see something which I never thought of. I never even know that this thing was there in me. Or you might feel, I never knew this wonderful thing is there in me. You will see yourself in so many versions that you will be that's when I can say the real self-love begins, because you become close to yourself. You start knowing yourself in the real way. You know what you are, you know how to deal with it, you know from which part of your trauma this area is coming, and you develop a great level of compassion in your heart, not even for yourself. You become that embodiment of compassion, so that wherever you are, it is that energy which is growing around. Okay, expansion is happening through your aura. The same compassionate energy is actually going in, and breath is most essential in the spiritual practices. Whatever practices you do, end of the day, it is again leading to the breath. Everything is connected to the breath only, right? And in this rebirthing breath work, in this technique, when we talk about the technique, this technique is actually bought by Leonard Orr. Recently he vacated the body. Start. I have seen many international masters, but then this man was like, hardly speaks anything. If we ask anything, any doubt or anything, he says, you have your workbook with you, don't ask me. Initially we used to get worried, we used to get confused kind. What workbook we had? We didn't get any workbook, he didn't give us anything. What workbook he's talking about? Then he used to say, your breath is the biggest workbook what you have with you. Why don't you ask it? Before asking me, ask it. If you don't understand, then come back to me. That was like, everyone was, we are never used to that kind of system. Like, we know since our childhood, we are going to school, teacher is telling something, we are writing notes, and we are coming back and reading those notes. And based on the notes, we are giving exam. We know only that. First time he said, ask yourself. So what am I doing? What am I going to ask myself? And now then it's only thing like, you actually come in contact with yourself. You know how to contact, how to knock yourself. And breath is the only tool for that. And that is always there. We have been breathing since our childhood. And that's when, for the first time, we actually realize we have not been breathing all these years. On the name of breathing, we are actually not breathing. Had we really done this breathing perfectly since our childhood, we could have been something else by now. Entire creation, entire world would have been something else now. All purified, all fantastic kind of thing. There are so many things still we need to hold on. And there are, what happens in a session, any breathwork session, what happens is there are tetany kind of feeling, right? Tetanies happen. Tetanies is where, in an uncontrollable way, where the cramps, all things come in the body. I have seen in my sessions, there was a time when I'm doing a breath session and the person is completely bending in the reverse way like a bow. It is not possible for any person to reverse, bend themselves in a reverse and shouting and yelling, this pain, that pain. My work is only to tell them, you're breathing good, you breathe, whatever happens. And slowly, as they breathe in, and slowly the body is becoming very normal. And the kind of feeling they have, they say, I don't mind twisting myself again, not an issue. If this is the clearance I'm going to get, this is so very fine. Okay, initially for some people it's like very scary thing, because the tetany is happening, the fingers are becoming very hard, you're not able to move, all these things will be there, but these are all part of the process itself. Whatever, once you do this technique, whatever happens, your work is to breathe in and breathe out. Okay, pain is there here, breathe through the pain, that's the only thing. Okay, and you might be experiencing in a session uncontrollable laughter or uncontrollable crying. And there's so many people who use, suddenly they're from well-educated families, never heard anything foul language, they don't know, but then they start. From where all these things comes, we have no clue. Okay, so some people even talk in a very different language also. They say, I never know this language, from where this language has come. Anything can happen, because everything is there. There's so much of wisdom inside us. We think that, we are not that. I know only Telugu language, or I know only Hindi language, but there are n number of languages actually we know within ourselves. And in this, all these things sometimes comes up. It's a very rare cases, but still these possibilities are there. And there is a intense feelings, whether it is a pleasant one or unpleasant one, comfortable one, non-comfortable, or anything, but there are intense feelings, this comes up. Okay, and there is a high energy flow. Okay, and even Kundalini awakening, sometimes, Kundalini awakening happens in a various ways. It's not always the serpent feeling what you feel. Sometimes you might feeling there is a, what do you call that, ant hill. You feel, so many ants are flowing on your body, and you might even literally do, oh, these ants, from where they have come. It's not ants, nothing, it's only the feeling. It's actually the Kundalini energy which is raising up. Okay, that's what happening. And in this, there are two kinds of breath work. One is dry breathing and one is wet breathing. Dry breathing is when you are breathing it dry. Wet breathing is entering inside the water element, and then breathing. Okay, all the fears are gone, all the emotions are cleared once you enter the water. Okay, I have seen people, they say, oh, I never had any issue, I had a very wonderful life, I want to just experience this technique, I've come and I've joined this workshop. Okay, I take them to water and I say, okay, there's nothing for you to worry, you have no issues, just breathe, you will learn how to breathe. Okay. The minute they enter the water, they'll start, I'm crying, this person didn't take care of me, that person didn't take care of me. There's so many stories will pop up in that. And they say, oh my God, I don't even know that person. Who is that person? After the session, they'll say all this. It is like, you are not comfortable with all your versions of yourself. It's not necessary that, there must be some trauma happening with somebody else in the life. It's nothing like that. Are you comfortable with every version of you or not? Those kind of these connected experiences also open up through the breath. Okay, that's the reason it is called intuitive breathing, and it's the deepest wounds are healed. That I can really say. Okay. And breath has, when we talk about breath, we have to talk about the birth whenever you're talking, because breath is there with us since our the moment we are born, we are out of the womb, right? The moment the umbilical was cut, we knew that was the first breath we had to take ourselves, right? So what is happening? What is the birthing process blocks through the breath we release? One is birth trauma. Is like we have the in Telugu they say ashtakashtalu. It's like 8 kinds of traumas any person holds in life. So the first one is coming. First trauma is always from the birth. No birthing process is normal as we think. Everything is abnormal. Even the normal delivery, what we call, that is also an abnormal one. Why? Because there are so many, this process is involved with so many blocks, creating blocks. One is the blinding lights. The moment the delivery is happened, the child is born, the child is suddenly, the eyes are very gentle to the baby.
Sorry, ma'am, I couldn't hear you. You are not mute, but all of a sudden, voice. Is it only me or?
No, for me as well.
Same.
Okay.
Same with me. Can't hear, ma'am.
The moment the baby is born, the eyes are very gentle, shrewd and so sharp. Oh, you're able to hear?
No, I can hear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Now I think it's fine.
Okay. Till where you could follow?
The
What
moment
trauma you are stuck?
the moment the baby born,
Okay.
light
will
is
open.
the first flash.
Blinding.
Okay. 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 Blinding lights. Oh, so you didn't miss anything. Okay. Yeah. So it hurts, and it is actually the sharp contrast to the darkness experienced in the mother's womb. See, inside the mother womb, the baby is in a very comfortable atmosphere and very, feeling safe and secure and all this kind of feelings. And the moment the baby is out, because of the lights, the eyes are very tough, and the baby starts feeling, oh my God, this world is very harsh. First breath is coming in, we are taking in, the baby is taking in with the perception that this world is a very harsh place, and we have no idea about that. Why the baby is crying? It's normal, babies cry. Okay. And the second one is the application of all kinds of drops, eye drop, ear drop, this vaccine, that vaccine, everything comes in, A to Z, whatever vaccines are available, chalo dal do. Okay, put it, your ear drops, eye drops, nose drops, what all drops are there, all these things. With this experience, the child immediately feels this place is very unsafe. Already the harsh place is already entertained inside, and now the place is very unsafe. And now the loud noises. Inside hospital, we see no one is very soft or very, dealing, especially in India. It is like a scary place. It's like everyone is shouting. Doctor is shouting, nurses is shouting, Aya is shouting, everyone is shouting. All this shouting things and all. With this loud noises, the baby is feeling no one is happy that I have come. I'm not even welcomed properly. Why are they shouting and yelling? These are the hard things which they are listening, and they're not, comfortable in listening to all this. So they feel unwelcome. And now there is another thing, like, they put the neonate upside down. They hold the legs and put the baby upside down, hitting on the backside, on the back. All these peculiar things what happen in the delivery room on the name of making the baby more active. Okay. This is already the temperature trauma is there for the baby, because inside the womb, the temperature is different. The minute the child comes outside, the temperature is different. And now even the elders have become so educated, like they want to say, oh, my child cannot live without AC. she needs AC, or he needs AC. Now AC to be on, and all the things are, clothes are very free. No, he sweats. He needs AC. He's sweating. My child is sweating. So it should be all fan off, fan full speed, AC full speed, at the highest speed, all these things. But it's a natural thing for a baby to sweat, because through the sweating, he is only activating every cell. So the child has to be wrapped tightly and kept it. Even if it is, the more the child, even if the child is sweating, not every child sweats, but if the child is sweating, it is good for the further for his muscles to muscles growth. Okay, and this is to be understood. And temperature trauma is also there. Cutting the umbilical cord, suddenly the baby feel like, I'm powerless. I don't know what is happening, because all the power is happening through the umbilical cord only for the child. He's been taking all the power, all the energy and everything is there. Now when that is suddenly cut, and the child is feeling shock, a kind of shock. Where am I? Now the child has to understand everything. With already the child is coming out with some kind of feeling probably, and all the external things are becoming so rude. He's saying, this place is harsh, this place is unsafe, this place has so many problems, I am not welcome. All these things are there, and now the powerlessness also. And then there are some cases where the baby is taken away from the child. Okay, in most of the cases, immediately the minute the baby is delivered, umbilical cord is cut, the placenta is taken and put it out as if some dustbin. Okay, put it out, taking the baby, running there and pouring some water. How much hot water it is, no clue. No one is there to see it. And the water is poured, cleaning is happening, wrapping in the towel, and then putting it. In this time, the baby is away from the mother, away from their own existence. Now, this time frame is enough for a person, for any baby, to feel that I'm lost. Disorientation. So many things are happening, right? So birth patterns and the way, this is actually the process has already, the birthing process has already cleared some blocks. And now the birth patterns, in what way the baby is born, and what is the psychological effect of this kind of birth. Okay, if the child is born very fast, we might have heard our parents saying, oh, my child never bothered me. I went to hospital and I delivered. It was as quick as possible. The mom is feeling very good about it. Okay, in this, what is happening is, in this kind of fast breathing, the child is like, he is growing with a thought process where time and tide does not wait for anyone. I want everything quickly. I have to finish many things quickly. I'm studying fast, I'm growing fast, everything is very fast. They think nothing, I'm wasting time. Anytime it happens, he feels like, I'm wasting my time. There's urgency is always there. Somebody else urgency is also their emergency. That's how these things happen. Okay. And now there is an other case where it's a delayed labor. We might have heard, oh, my child had to take a long time. I had pains for 24 hours, 48 hours, 36 hours, so many hours. And then this child has come. It was too hard. Okay. What does that mean? The child has gone through a delayed labor, and now the child, this kind of birthing process, the child is feeling, I'm powerless. I have to struggle a lot to come into life. There's a lot of struggle. They feel that, oh, you have to have you must do a lot of hard work to attain any success in your life. Without hard work, nothing is going to come up. This is the thought process which they generally carry. And then the children with breech. Breech is like, first the legs come out. Instead of head coming out, the legs come out. These children have always a question, am I doing the right thing? Am I going in the right direction? Is it the right? They keep asking all the time. They keep asking for approvals like, am I doing right? Is it the right way? All these things come into the point. They always question their confidence, right? And then the cesarean babies. Most of the cases, cesarean babies. Cesarean babies are like, they lack self-confidence because there is a sudden transition from the inner world to outer world. There's a sudden transition from it. So they lack self-confidence. They don't have confidence. They always think whether, this is because it's an unnatural process. I'm out, and in life, every situation they think that, am I doing right or not? I don't know whether I'm doing right or not. Should I take another second opinion, any advice or anything? They go into this kind of thing. And then induced babies. Induced babies are, induced babies are where the medicine is being induced. If the pains are not happening to the mother, the medicine is being induced. In this case, induced babies, they have a deep-rooted belief that they are born on the behest of somebody else. किसी का मेहरबानी, that's all. रब का मेहरबानी, कुछ किसी पे कोई भी नहीं मिला तो रब का मेहरबानी. Okay, all these things, they are always at the mercy of somebody else. Okay, that's the thought process they have. And the cord around the neck, they have a feeling of they cannot express anything. It takes a lot of time for them to express anything, because they feel, expressing anything could bring any difficulty. Maybe I'm not supposed to express like this. Maybe this is not the time where I need to speak. Maybe I'm not doing right by doing this. Okay, all these things, they are like cutting off their emotions. They're cut off from their emotions. Okay, and then the forceps babies. Forceps babies are like, they feel they are trapped. They don't want anybody to come near them other than the mother. Other than the mother, anybody is coming close to them, they'll feel, no, I'm not feeling safe. They feel that I'm trapped. Somebody else is holding me. I'm trapped. I don't want. Okay, these kind of things come up. And then attempted abortions. Some people attempt many times abortions for not wanting to have baby. In this way, they're like, the child always feels, I'm unloved, I'm not wanted, and there is a possibility that they have a fear towards the higher authorities, parents or any parent figures, maybe the principal in the school or the class teacher or anyone is equaling that kind of thing. They might feel, oh my God, they might harm me, or they might, any kind of fear they develop because they've attempted abortions. An incubator baby, the baby who's come into incubator and then grown from there, they feel they cut off from the rest of the world. They always feel, I'm lonely and I have nobody. I'm on my own. I do everything all by myself. Okay. Sometimes it goes all this goes in a positive side, but there is always a possibility that this is the deepest wound which they might be carrying without even they are conscious, without even they have understood what is the meaning of the wound itself. Right. And then the premature babies. Premature babies are like, they're very slow in understanding things. Till at least 1 year of age, they will not know what they are learning, and it takes time for them to understand everything. Okay. And twins have another issues, like they have to always share. They lack space. The always having the feeling of lack is always there in them. However, in spite of all these issues we all are born with, there's one thing which can clear everything, is the unconditional love from parents. However the child is born, if you are able to give unconditional love to the child can remove all these memories because of this tender age and the more of life quality in any child. They can come out of these versions very easily. They grow up as a very wonderful and very talented kind of kids. Okay, that's the only thing. The child needs to be you need to hold the child as much as possible, cuddling, all these things. Some people think, oh, my daughter is grown up, my son is grown up, or my child is grown up, they are 20 plus, what is that, I'm going to pamper them. So I say personally, I say every parent should have that cute aggression inside them. Anger aggression is not not needed, but you must have the cute aggression. But whenever you are seeing your child, you should go like, pinching the chubby cheeks and holding them very tight, and all this cuddly kind of things should be there. They'll feel so good. Some children, they after a stage when they grow up, they might say, oh, we are grown up, don't do all this doing. But somewhere inside, the inner child is enjoying that. Though outwardly they might say, oh no, don't do all this with me. But then the inner child is very active. And whenever they get any, they are into any situation they are not able to handle in life, they come back to the parents. They know this is where I'm nurtured all the time. And that trust is there all the time. When this trust is there, the faith and trust is there, it is enough for any person to cross any hurdle of life and move on. It helps, right? This is about the birth trauma totally, right? And next trauma, should we continue or should we postpone it for Monday? Monday.
Ma'am,
मैम
we're
अभी
going
तो
to do the
इतना
birth.
सारा हो गया अभी तो मुझे
ज्यादा हो गया।
कहाँ कहाँ पे क्या क्या इश्यूज थे मैं तो पूरा इमेजिनेशन में चली गई कहाँ बेबी कैसे आया अच्छा क्या क्या हुआ होगा कहाँ क्या करना है
And also, ma'am, are we doing technique today or breath technique? Or
Breath technique we'll do after the traumas.
after the traumas? Oh,
After the traumas, I'll make you to do that. I can make you to do only for 5-10 minutes, but increase the time slowly. You're supposed to do the technique for at least 1 hour, but then directly without guidance, it is very difficult to do it because any catharsis or any trauma opens up. How will you handle yourself? Any tetany is happening, you don't even know what is going to come out.
yeah.
So slowly increase the time. You can do that.
Sure. Ma'am, I think Manjula ji have a question. So we're going to postpone, we're going to do next time the traumas. Or we're going to continue? Sorry, I'm confused.
Postpone in the sense?
Like you said, we were doing traumas today or next session? That's what you asked?
Yeah, I'm asking. If you are fine, I can continue it. But then I think Kanchanji is already overloaded with so much of information.
I don't know if we should
No,
we.
if everybody is all good, then we can continue. But I felt like we had lot much today.
The only thing I'm saying, because we're not doing, like, I was thinking like we needed to save some time for breath work as well. But if ma'am,
we can do music meditation after that. If like the breath work is exactly coming after tomorrow's session. If ma'am is suggesting it will be after trauma complete.
Tomorrow is now again, it's next Monday.
Monday,
next session. So ma'am, basically Namita's suggestion is whether we are going to do some kind of the meditation technique today or no. Like normally we are doing it like after wisdom session, you are taking
No,
us
we'll do
for
it
this.
on Monday
trauma.
only. We'll do it on Monday. Today you want me to do that? Okay, I'll start off. Not an issue.
Ma'am,
I will need only 5
anything.
minutes.
Ma'am, what we can do, we can just do a little bit of any technique, like not exactly if we are not ready for this.
For 5 minutes. We will take the Manjula ji's question and
Yeah.
then we'll do the technique.
Yeah.
Hi, ma'am. I joined a bit late.
Okay.
As you said, my baby was forceps baby and he was in incubator. And whatever you said, that is all true with my baby. I can relate it so much. So he's 3 years old already, almost more than 3. So, and you said, the unconditional love can let all these things go away. So is this till now, there are some days I have shown unconditional, some days no. It's like there are some conditions too. So is this possible if I start doing that from now on, the unconditional love?
Yes.
Everything can be healed.
Even a child has already reached 25 years of age or 30 years of age or even 50 years of age. Today you have understood, from now you can start. Still it will change.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, I have one question related to the abortion part. Like when you are saying connection with those child, so how we can help in that case?
Attempted abortions, the child will
ma'am.
feel I'm not wanted. So there's a possibility all the time. So we have to continuously give him that confidence with our love. The parents can, show the unconditional love and always say your presence makes a lot of difference. The children need to understand that they are important.
Those abortion has been done, like we are calling them at the soul level, and then we are
That's
that the path.
abortion. No, abortion is over. Those souls, we can do nothing. We can only say sorry.
Okay.
Ask for
That's a fall.
forgiveness and forget about it. That's all.
Okay. Right.
It's like after, in spite of attempting so many abortions, some come to this world. For them, when they feel unloved, you can give those so much of love and confidence that they are important.
Okay.
See, when you connect to any soul, whether the child is not born or abortion has been made, you can still connect to the child and say, you are very precious.
Then your voice is again gone.
For me, but at that point of time, voice is fine.
Okay.
So you can always be very authentic to yourself. You can always connect to the child and say, this is what my situation at that time, and I had no other choice, or maybe nothing else entered in my mind. I didn't know what to do. Whether it was a mistake or my innocence or my ignorance, it is on me. And and always you can say that, you can feel, not that forgiving, asking for forgiveness is one part, and forgiving yourself also for that. Okay. Okay. That time situations were like that. I had to do it. Okay, fine. I'm sure you understand it. With that confidence that you will definitely understand me, I'm
Ma'am, sorry, we can't hear you.
No, ma'am. No.
Can everyone?
Yeah, can't hear.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. Not yet.
coming out of this world of those words.
Yeah.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
We lost you for a minute.
Now you are able to hear?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm wondering what happened, because from my end everything is clear.
Yeah, maybe losing a connection or something. If IT issue. They are very blessing when we can have a session here, sitting here, and from you, but sometimes problematic as well. So I think yes, Shivani ji also have one question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ma'am, my question is, we are learning about meditation. We are learning about breathing. We are learning about, we are learning about chakras. So, and everything's like you said, do breathing for 1 hour, and then chakras to, activate chakras take time, and then you want to spend time on meditation. So when this learning is done, what I want to ask is, what is the best practice to balance everything? That I think with chakras as well, it's an ongoing thing to keep balancing them.
Yeah. Once you finish, by the time we finish the course, you will be finishing all the chakras, weekly thing. Okay. Then I'll teach you one technique which will include all the chakras involved. You can do that weekly once.
Okay. Yes.
By the time we'll come to the end of that course, this entire soul designers course, by then you will be finishing that chakras also. 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, you will be finishing it. Even till the heart chakra or Vishuddhi, you are done. I'll teach you that.
Yeah. What I'm doing these days as well, when I sit to meditate, I consciously put my intention on every chakra, and then imagine the color of that chakra, and then seeing that chakra rotating. So I just see the colors all over. I imagine all over the body. Is that okay to do that? Like,
yes, it is okay. Absolutely okay. Now you know the geometry of the chakra. you can see that symbol, and then the petals rotating. You can do that.
Another question is, we the chakras are like this in the body.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when we are seeing them rotating, we are seeing like this or like this. Know what I mean?
That chakras has its own intelligence. However you see,
Okay.
they take the direction. The spinning happens as per its intelligence.
Okay. Okay. That's it.
Sometimes where we talk about anahata chakra, we are supposed to rotate it clockwise direction.
Yep.
Right. So when we are seeing here, it is going this way, but the chakra might have holding the intelligence of going anti-clockwise. So it will start reversing in a different way, and you will definitely process something. So chakras have its own intelligence. When there is a time where you need to process something, it will take its own turns.
So we consciously do not need to put attention whether which direction they are rotating. We just see them rotating.
We need to put some effort also. We need
Okay.
to make it in a right way. In spite of that, if it goes otherwise, we have to just witness it.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, the breath technique is keep the spine straight, in breath and out breath, and between the in breath and out breath, see to it there is no interval, no gap. In, out. Okay, just 5 minutes. Do it. Begin. In, out, in, out, in, out. The minute you breathe in, you're breathing out. The minute you're breathing out, you're breathing in. Absolutely no interval between in breath and out breath. Fast and short breaths. In, out, in, out, in, out. Absolutely no interval between your in and out breaths. Absolutely no interval. Continue breathing in and out. Fast and short breaths. Make it even more faster. 3 more minutes. Continue breathing. Fast and short breaths. Two more minutes. One more minute. Just slowly slow down your breath. Bring it to normal and natural flow. Witness whatever is happening in your body. Once you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Anyone would like to share?
Me,
Yeah.
I felt tired and dizzy. It was very hard to complete 5 minutes.
We know we have actually not been breathing properly all these years.
Yes,
Then.
yes, yes.
Ma'am, I was
Yeah.
having severe headache, but now I am feeling a bit better.
Okay. Good.
And
Good.
I was constantly adding, and tears were coming out of my eyes. That's it. It feels so good.
Yes, yawning is nothing but a big breath. It's like oxygen needs a lot of prana. So when you are yawning, the oxygen supply is reaching to the brain.
Okay.
That's when the yawning happens.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes,
namaste.
Bhadraji.
Yeah, namaste, ma'am. No, I got like a weird feeling like my right part of the bum, like that was really, really burning. Right side of the
Okay.
bum.
Okay.
That was really intense. And even my body was, that's why I'm not able to feel that, like with the burning. So I was just leaning the other side.
So now you know in 5 minutes this can happen. What will happen if it's 1 hour? That's the reason breath work always should be under guidance when you do it. So anything happens, there's somebody to take care. How it is. It's just for your experience. I've given you this. This has to happen under guidance only. When I do a breathwork workshop, it's basic is 2-day workshop. What I do, 6 days is more beautiful actually, but then 2 days anyone can do. In that 2 days, other than breathing, you're doing nothing. So whatever has to come out, it has to come out. 6 days is you will fall in love with it because you will be using all the elements. In 2 days, you can't use the elements. So it is. Yeah. Good. Yeah, Namita ji.
No, it's nice. I tried breathwork before. I used to do usually Shreyans Draga's breathwork YouTube things, but yes, it felt amazing afterwards when you stop. It's such a calmness and your body all shaking and give you very nice experience afterwards. But yes, it's nice. But there's just a question, not I usually people say that when they're doing this breath work, yeah, as Manjula said, she went burst in tears, and some people, very emotional becomes. So when I do all those things, nothing comes up. Either it's very deep down buried, or is nothing there to come out. What should I take that? Which way you should take that?
Right now, nothing is coming up. That's okay. It's only right now. Everything is right now.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people say, and even in the breathwork, when Shreyans does it, it says that, how a lot of people give a feedback. And I'm thinking nothing comes up. Either I bury too deep and my emotions still I need to dig deeper, or is nothing there? No emotions whatsoever.
1 hour and 1.5 hours, you are breathing continuously and still nothing comes. That means nothing is there for your body to tell you anything about yourself right now.
If I do 1 hour, the same
Even
as
if you do
5
1 hour,
hours,
yeah.
5 minutes. That's the later.
1 hour.
Yes. Yeah. Continuously.
Come what may, you are just focusing
Then
on
this is
that.
short breath. Is doing from nose to heart, nose to heart. Because I think in the
You are just breathing in
Yeah.
and out, in and out, within the nose only.
So like a Kapalbhati.
No. Kapalbhati is the stomach
It's from
area
stomach.
which is doing the thing. Here it is, you are breathing in and breathing out. That's all. You're not even giving any gap between the in breath and out breath.
So when I'm breathing in and out, so my breath should be heavy, like this sound, like a pulling forcefully and dropping forcefully, or just like a very
Effortless.
effortless breath. But there's no gap.
Our thing is only when we start, but rest breath takes over. After 15-20 minutes, still you are breathing, then breath takes over.
Sure. I will practice again.
Then the movie opens up.
And ask you more question on Monday, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll ask you one more question. That we say that if somebody's chakra is balancing, these are the things will be happening in your mind and your behavior. And then if they're weak, then these things will be happening in your behavior. But when we did today is that, okay, we do Kapalbhati or Alom Vilom or all those yoga practices, then it helps you to balance the chakras. So it means if we do these exercise, the chakras will be balanced and then we will be working more. Our behavior will change automatically.
Yes, definitely it will happen. But these are the energy healing practices. Whether it's breath work or any therapy or anything, these all come under energy healing practices. You are healing your energy either by the techniques of chakra healing or through the breath or any other. You are doing the same. But in chakras, what is happening is, like I'll give you the difference. You know you are working on a particular chakra and you know your behavior, everything is connecting to that particular chakra only. Rest of the things is not connected right now. Right.
So let's
But
talk
when
about
you are doing the
heart chakra
breath
as an
work,
example. Let's talk heart
yeah,
chakra as an example. So if I'm working,
yeah.
I'm not very compassionate to others, say, and then I'm working on heart chakra. So if I do these practices, if you can tell me
You're
how.
doing heart chakra meditation, heart chakra technique. So your heart is opening up. Okay. Your heart will not open up like that. Okay. Any chakra will not open up like that. It has to work at the root level. So what is that you are blocked in expressing your compassion and how it is manifested in your situations. So everything is interlinked. So everything has to go in a deeper wise. But whereas when you are doing the breath technique, you are directly connecting to the air element. So all the emotions in this breath work, all the emotions and whatever hidden emotions, wherever in whichever chakra it is related to, everything pops out. Okay. So breath technique, this rebirthing breath work is directly like if you are doing this, you don't need to really practice on chakras individually. But whereas in any other technique, you have to focus on chakras first.
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't understand fully.
Okay. Okay. If you are doing breath work is the rapid breathing, right? When you're breathing in and out, rapid and fast and short breaths. Okay. So you are completely focused on your breath. So it is called intuitive breathing. So it is connecting to any memory. Okay. And when we are doing the chakras also, any memory can pop out. When we are doing Muladhara, heart chakra, or any chakra we are doing it, that related issues, anything might come out. So in breath work also, these things might come out. Say you are not compassionate and you are doing this heart chakra, there are so many things which will come out. Why? From the root causes. Why? There might be a memory where you are not comfortable. Okay. When you are doing the technique, you are doing the technique religiously and you are doing it and you are doing the spinning, you are completely focused, you are in silence. Until then, everything is fine. In experience, nothing is happening. But you have started activating it. So there is a memory which might be there, which got triggered at that point of activation time. And now in your life situations, you will get the same reflection. But whereas in breath work, what is happening when you are doing this fast breathing, you are connecting to any memory related to heart. As an example, when we take connecting to heart, you are releasing it, you are healing it then and there as your experience, and you are expressing to the world the same compassion. It is cleared then and there. Here it starts.
It starts. Okay. Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. And then we can slowly start the practice from 5 minutes and gradually increase. Like depending
You
on.
can. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Till we are connected through this course, it is fine. You can experiment. Increase 5 minutes every day. 5 minutes. First become thorough for 5 minutes. Then you can gradually increase for 10 minutes. Become thorough for 10 minutes. Then 15 minutes.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Once you are thorough for 30 minutes, you are thorough for 1 hour also.
I will warn the family if I start doing it. That I'm doing it. Keep checking
Whatever
me
happens,
after 10,
don't be
15
bothered.
minutes. Sure. Thank you. I think Kanchan and Shivani's have questions,
Yes,
but either of you
just
can go first.
quick question. So, ma'am, we learned about so many type of breath work today. So, after traumas, you will let us know one kind of breath that we need to practice. You know, there's so
This
much
is what
information. It's also overwhelming. You know what to do, what not to do, and what to practice. So, I'm just thinking you will tell us one breath practice, right?
Breath work is ultimate. I always say everyone learn Reiki if anyone is interested and learn breath work. This is ultimate for anyone. You might learn a number of techniques later on also. There might be, some other techniques you will, get insights out of your own interest. You might learn or anything,
Yeah.
but these are for your companions for lifetime.
So the breath work you told today, that's the ultimate one that we need to practice, or you're gonna give another
Yes.
one after Tom's?
Yes. I can give a number of breath techniques, not an issue.
But this is the final one, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
For every little thing, I will tell you how to breathe. But this is ultimate.
Yep. Thank you.
My husband is an author. He has written a book called The Healing the Way It Is. In that you have good amount of breath techniques. It's like an e-workshop.
Yep. Yep. Thank you.
We have, along with Divine Space, we have the School of Breath, where we teach everything through the breath only. Yeah. Yeah, Shivani ji. Oh, sorry, Kanchan ji. Yeah.
मैम पहला तो ये कि सर की अगर ये बुक रिटन है तो इज इट अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट लाइक
इसमें है, but then I will send you
पीडीएफ आप
the
हमें भेज
copy,
दो कुछ
e-copy.
भी
हाँ.
Thank you, ma'am. I will share it in the group so that we all can follow the breath techniques as per our
Sure.
own comfort level. And
I'll have to ask him. I don't think he is going to give it for free. And one copy you can take so that you can buy one copy. Rest you can take the
right,
printouts.
ma'am. Right, ma'am. No worries.
That will be
asking. Yeah.
Instead of everyone buying, one person buying and rest everyone can get the copy.
Ma'am, this is the copyright issue. You will just put in your fix sometime.
I'm sure ma'am will check on that. The copyright
No
issues.
worries, ma'am.
Because
Before
always,
service
I
is
do the
concerned,
same
we
thing.
will finish.
I am always like that, okay, if anything is important, it should reach people. If everything is very, really profound, it should reach people. I'm always into that thing. So how best way possible I can do it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And now on with my experience, ma'am. Like when I stopped this breath, like the stopping part slowly came down, I was feeling like my body was detaching inside. Like ऐसे peel off पूरा feel हो रहा था कि हर तरीके से ही
Wow.
निकल रहा था.
Nice. It's nice. Nothing
और
was
उसके
peeling
बाद
off.
मुझे मैम
You are actually entering deep inside your layers. You are only entering inside.
Ma'am, second time I was like, this is the second time experience. First time I felt, that time was the detachment I felt at my navel. It was the same feeling when I felt for my first child birth time. Like second child, it was cesarean. So the immediate, just like the cut-off emotion, that the moment they detach my baby. So I felt the same feeling last time. It was only once and I went into fear, like what was it? A kind of detachment. But today somehow it was the slowly like the chipping, it's removing. It was removing from inside.
Good.
And ma'am,
anything removing is very good.
I'm
anything
feeling
removing is
pain.
very good.
Okay.
Anji?
I'm feeling tooth pain after that. Like it's this side jawline. I'm feeling it's in pain.
That's okay. That's okay. That will reduce. That will reduce. You can continue the same technique for a while. Okay. Then you can slowly increase the time. That will take care.
Right, ma'am. And breathing from the part where the pain is, I'm practicing every day. Like with the new job, getting a lot much stress. So every day I have to use like at one of the area using this technique to healing myself now. Thank you for giving that area, ma'am. Thank you so much. And indeed, your sessions are going so wonderful. Everybody is appreciating and enjoying and benefiting as well. So it's a biggest gratitude from the behalf of whole team. Thank you.
Oh, still lot more. Still lot more are coming. Don't worry.
we are making ourselves ready.
We just started.
With the 3 days break. Yes, ma'am.
We are just in the second topic today.
Okay. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So anyone in the team have any other question or?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
my brain, like two sides after the breath work, like, yeah, it's really vibrating very fast inside. Like I'm feeling like kind of
Okay.
vibrators inside.
It will calm down. It will calm down. Once you stop, the residues will be there for a little while, and again it will calm down. Don't worry.
Yeah,
See,
initially I
that's what I
struggled to
say.
focus.
5
Yeah.
minutes, so much has happened. If you breathe 1 hour, what's going to happen? That's the reason you have to breathe under the guidance only. Online is not possible. That's the reason.
But if we just practice on our own, like, so is it okay?
Slowly do it. Slowly do it. Slowly. Now you know what all might happen. So slowly you increase the time. Very slow. Be very slow in increasing the time.
So I guess, ma'am, that's all.
Yeah. So Monday,
we-
it's at 4:30 IST, right?
Is it from this Monday, Kanchani?
Yeah, this night, Saturday, midnight, 3, we will be changing
Did I
clock.
change this one?
Yeah,
Third
first
of
Sunday
I
of
think
April.
I checked
First
with
Sunday.
Anu. It's next Saturday.
No, it's Sunday, this Sunday. It's happening this Sunday.
First
Okay, I trust
Sunday of
you. I
April.
trust you.
First Sunday
Yeah.
of April it happens.
First Sunday is turning.
Yeah, first Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday is like, it's the next one. We are on 30th
Perfect.
today.
I am living in Australia for how many years, but I still don't understand the concept of daylight saving.
See, for some things, and sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I thought it's useless, to occupy my brain in. So
Google is there. No need to use your brain for
yeah,
these
and
things.
iPhones get updated. New time will update it soon. The 1st April will happen. So I will always see my updated time, and my husband wind all the clothes up and down, whatever. So
In past 30 years, I've been only teaching or doing my practices, and only in this path. Beyond that, and cooking. Yes, I love these 2 things. Other than these 2 things, in every area, every other area, I'm the ignorant one. I have no clue.
Yeah, my mother sometimes get upset with me, like, you give up very things quickly. I said, no, I don't need to waste my time there and energy there. Why? No, thank you, ma'am. Amazing session
So,
again.
yeah.
I love the breath work, and yeah, I'm definitely going to practice more on a weekend. Weekend is the time upon all my meditation. Yeah, and then I'll definitely let you know if something come out on Monday.
Yeah, sure.
Sessions.
So yeah, Monday at 4:30 we shall meet. Right.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a good
Bye,
weekend.
ma'am.
Bye.
Yes. You all too.